I wanted to do something adventurous and thought of, okay, fine, let's start with agriculture.
Trying to put all the pieces together is very challenging, and that's definitely a big motive.
Manufacturing and agriculture are complementing industries, so one cannot exist without the others.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the GEPic Journeys podcast, where we embark on enlightening journeys diving into diverse facets of life, guided by the wisdom and narratives of individuals on their rise to success. I'm Alicia and I will be moderating today's episode, which will be on the pursuits of agriculture. Now, the reason why we selected this topic is because it's often overlooked but plays a pivotal role in many economies and presents numerous opportunities to be explored. Additionally, there's a prevailing norm that agriculture is not for everyone, but joining us today are three individuals who have embraced this field to prove that in fact it's not true, and they will be sharing their journeys and experience with us. So I warmly welcome our three speakers to GEPic Journeys podcast, Theshan Martyn, Leshan Gunerwardene, and Nethmie Dehigama. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, GEPic Journeys episode has three segments, and this is the first segment, which will be on the inspiration to pursue agriculture. So our first speaker is Theshan. Theshan, you took a risk and shifted fields from banking to agriculture. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and your journey, and what has your experience been like?
So I'm a farmer, yeah, but I started my career as a banker with 9 years experience in the banking and finance. So while working in the bank, so I have covered many departments, many sections, and so as my personal goals, I wanted to start something new and to grab knowledge, likewise, so therefore in 2020 I was researching myself, okay, what else I can do, because since I've been in the banking industry in different positions for 9 years, there were not much that I had to experience, because the same thing, just following the processes and guidelines. So therefore in 2020 COVID hit, and I was researching. I was at the process of researching, okay, what else I'm gonna do. So then I found, okay, fine, with the COVID clash, a lot of industries were falling, and I was researching which industries are gonna face this situation strongly. So then I figured, okay, fine, agriculture. There are other industries as well, but I figured, okay, I wanted to do something adventurous, and thought of, okay, fine, let's start with agriculture. So that's the turn and the point where I made the decision, okay, I'm gonna do something with agriculture. So then we purchased a land in a area in the dry zone, and we started something slowly, and it was a kind of a U-turn from me, from finance to agriculture, but I'm enjoying.
And you kind of decided to stay in agriculture after that, right?
Yes, yeah, because I'm trying to enhance my knowledge. So I have done a program in the agriculture department in Kandy, near the Peradeniya University actually. So I have done a program to enhance my knowledge, So grabbing experience while doing the thing on the job, so it's very interesting. Yeah.
And how do you think agriculture impacts the society?
If I answer in a simple way, so we need food. Yeah. Agriculture is the mechanism or the process or the basically the entity which produce food. Yeah. So therefore it's one of the essential need.
Exactly. Yeah, that's very true. And I believe you've been enjoying it since,
very adventurous, different challenges, different situations, market. It's very interesting.
Thank you for sharing that, Theshan. So Leshan, you are also someone who made a big transition from insurance to agriculture. So can you tell us a bit about you and the work that you do?
Yeah, so I actually started in the insurance industry, but then I got into investment banking. So like Theshan, I kind of got sick of the daily grind. But actually more than that, whilst within investment banking, I was involved in a sugarcane and biomass project. And around that time was probably when I first came face to face with a farmer, actually for the first time. And I guess you speak to a farmer long enough, it's very likely that you're going to hear a few sad stories about the general state of affairs. And for me, well, in my opinion at least, that's more than enough to trigger some action. So I guess you could say from that point on, the farmers kind of had me. Together with a friend, we started traveling around the country, and we were speaking to farmers, traders, professors, even actually like the Mahavali Authority guys and the Agrarian Office guys. Those guys are always more than willing to help out and shed some insights. So we were just traveling around learning about how the supply chain works in this country. And what we saw were like deep-seated inefficiencies across the entire ecosystem, spanning, from the buyer to the supplier and everything in between. There's a lot of different issues that you come across. Basically, it's like how do you put it? It's an old, unchanged system that works, but doesn't really work as well as it should in this day and age. So we kind of, I was quite quick to ditch the tie. I threw the tie and dove in head first into this field. And I guess what kind of pushed me towards the transition was, well, there were emotional triggers. As I said, you speak to enough farmers, there's quite a story there. But at the same time, there's a lot of complexities and intricacies of the ecosystem. And when you start piecing it all together and making sense of what you learn in the field, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work, that's all incredibly stimulating stuff, especially for guys like us who come from a finance, analytical background and stuff. It's very interesting. So yeah, I didn't really have too much of an issue with the transition. Still excited by the industry even today. What we do today is we operate a B2B marketplace that promotes primarily efficiency, but also reliability and sustainability in the purchasing and distribution of food items. So yeah, like Theshan said, it's keyword, I think, adventure. The whole industry. Yeah.
And would you also say that like the inefficiencies and the challenges you saw also kind of motivated you, or was kind of a key factor why you wanted to get into agriculture?
Definitely. Like, for those of you that like analytical challenges and things like that, trying to put all the pieces together is very challenging, and that's definitely a big motivator.
And sometimes convincing them to make sure or to easier process is also not easy, because
Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
they always want to go by their previous practices.
Exactly. Yeah. This whole industry is mired by age-old procedures, and they're very resistant to change. So I guess, and I hate using that word because it's become so cliche, but disrupting it is a motivator, but don't quote me on that, it's too damn cliche. But yeah, transition wasn't too bad.
Interesting. Well, thank you for sharing that, Leshan. So Nethmie, our third speaker, your company actually bridges the gap between agriculture and manufactured goods. But before that, can you kind of introduce yourself to us and tell us a bit about yourself?
Okay, so I'm Nethmie, I'm 27. I'm actually from EPic Lanka, that's where I work. And I've been into marketing as of recently. I've shifted into business development. So EPic is a software company. You're probably wondering why I'm here. Well, we have a subsidiary called EPic Green Ecosystems. Very recently, we launched a spices brand. Actually, it was last August, so 2023 August. And I've been helping out with that because the EPic Green subsidiary, it's my dad's exploration into the industry, the agri industry. So I've been helping out as well, and I found myself becoming very passionate about it, especially because, or maybe I can say, because it is in a way you're serving humanity, because you're giving them good quality spices, and like Theshan said, it's how we live. We live on food, and we also don't like bland food. We like spices in our food. So
True. So I'd say that your company mainly looks into manufacturing spices. That's right.
yes, so we actually grow the spices as well, and we have a factory on our land. It's in Matale. So yeah, we process the spices and we package it, and yeah, we sell it.
Interesting. Well, thank you for sharing that. And what can you tell the viewers about the connection between agriculture and manufactured goods?
Okay, so what we have to understand is that manufacturing and agriculture are complementing industries. So one cannot exist without the other. So if you grow your product, your spices, in my case, you cannot put it into the market without processing it, especially because people are now used to the ground product. For example, pepper. It's easy for us to get the powder.
Yeah.
Whereas, back in the day, maybe they would grind it. And it's the same with most things. Manufacturing also, in the manufacturing process, we add value to those,
Yeah, that's right.
the produce as well. And so there's an example that I can give you about how well it's connected. Say that to meet the market demand is big French fries. Okay, so to do that, you need big potatoes. But in Sri Lanka, you only get small potatoes. So if you invest in the machinery that can make those big French fries, but your potatoes are still small, then there's no point. So both have to move forward in unison, in my opinion.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Nethmie. So with that, our first segment has come to an end, and we will see you again in the second part of the pursuit of agriculture in our GEPic Journeys podcast. Thank you for joining.
If you enjoyed that video, make sure to like and subscribe to the GEP YouTube channel. And we also have a bunch of very interesting practical short courses which are related to the episodes from the podcast. So stay tuned.